Hi, I'm Lior from PwC Israel. I work as a partner there for 17 years already, specializing in IT audit, digital audit, all the ITGC fun stuff.
And I'm Eli, I'm from AudITech. I'm the founder and CEO of this lovely company. And we are here at Vegas in the Game Conference 2024.
Okay, I think, when you look at automation, and you look at our profession eventually, the finance profession and the finance staff, it feels like, the automation is somewhere left behind. There are so many other fields that automation is already replacing human beings and human positions. But somehow in finance, you still see a lot of bookkeepers doing reconciliations, IT auditors doing a lot of documentation, big four companies with a lot of employees doing documentation and testing. And it actually raises the question, when is it gonna change? When are big four companies and other consulting firms actually gonna adopt these automation tools, like you have?
Mm-hmm. I think we just celebrated 20 years to SOX recently.
Exactly.
And we're still 20 years doing the same thing. It must get changed. We're now here in Vegas in this beautiful conference with so many technology companies. I'm sure that if we were 20 years ago, there weren't so many technology companies in this internal audit space.
Yeah.
And AudITech is like focusing on ITGC, but I believe all of those companies, each one takes something else and take it to the next level. And I see all of those internal auditors, those smart people coming to here, looking for a solution with budget in their pocket, because management understand what's going on. They understand they cannot rely anymore on people doing ridiculous documentation and focus on the high level findings and what internal auditors should actually do. So I think back in the 70s, it was really easy to be IT auditor and you could find findings that were really significant. And then the technology came and it actually reduced the profession just because of that, because they were dealing with lots of data but no able way to manage it.
Yeah.
And I think now we're going back again to a period that we're going to manage the data again and actually create something beautiful. So I'm really, really happy that we are here, Lior, and actually doing the change together, because it's not enough just to be a technology company. We also need the brain behind it.
Yeah,
and I'm happy that we're together bringing this news to the people.
And I think another thing that I think is you see so many consulting companies that are afraid of this change. Mm-hmm. They should be eager to do this change. That they should be welcoming this change. But apart from that, they're afraid of the regulator and how it's going to be accepted, and how the change is going to affect them eventually, and maybe they're going to see less positions in their profession. But I think that the vice versa. I think that actually it's going to help them. They're going to focus on consulting. They're going to focus on actually helping other companies with their tips and their experience, rather than just doing the documentation and preparing work papers all the time. So I think it's actually a really, really good change that you have a board or a tool that actually creates everything for you, and then you just focus on helping the companies. What I really like as a consultant is basically to come to the client and help him to improve himself, to find the issues, to remediate them, rather than, again, making the working papers for him.
I agree with you. It's actually, first of all, I agree with you completely, and it takes me to a PCOB publication I just read recently, and they talk about the economic analysis of taking internal audit and controls to technology. Mm-hmm. So they said from one end, you'll do less manual job. So at the beginning, you will suffer from less hours of that. Yeah. But from the other hand, it will create a lot of value to the company itself. Yeah. And then what happened? It will return itself. And then internal audit will increase their fees, and it will create a positive loop for the internal auditors in the consulting company, because they're using technology, because they could charge more, they could deliver more. And this is, I think, the way people should look at it. And I think they also mentioned that the current position, it's not sustainable anymore, because there is not enough people to do this work, because data is growing exponentially, and we people, unfortunately, not.
Yeah, it's mentioning the exponential growth of data. It's also raising the other question that apart from automation and making things more efficient, I think that the tool is actually helping, seeing the full population and seeing the entire picture. I have so many clients that are sometimes afraid that, the auditors are going to come and find something that they weren't aware of because they didn't sample it or they didn't really control that. And using some kind of a tool that actually testing everything, the entire population from end to end, gives them the full visibility that there are no issues. Before the auditor comes, they actually can control the data, they can control the information, they can control other departments. Sometimes we see the challenge of CFO, CEO, to make sure that IT are actually complying with SOX requirements and stuff like that. And using this kind of tool, showing the full picture, full visibility, actually help them to sleep well at night.
I more than agree with you. I remember a story that I was working for you a few years ago in PwC, and I don't remember if it was a CIO or a CFO, and he asked me, we did all the internal controls, we did all the preparation work, we're advising the company, we're doing the internal testing, and then I remember he asked me okay, Eli, so are we ready to the audit? And I was like, I think so. I sampled and I did what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
And knowing that actually, even though we spend tons of hours and tons of effort, and I still cannot confidently provide assurance on the work we did, it's hit me. It doesn't make any sense. It cannot be sustainable, because management want to sleep good at night and want to know that actually, if in our field it's IT, but it could be in any field.
Yeah.
They want to know that the level of assurance is actually 100%, no less than that.
Agree. Especially now, the big four audit firms come with their scripts and the tools, to run things automatically. So I know that they're panicking. What exactly they're gonna see in the script? I don't know what kind of information is gonna be extracted. And again, I think that the stress and the level of concern is much more significant, especially when you have a lot of information, a lot of data, and less visibility on what the auditor is actually seeing.
I agree with you.